Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Magic bets in the cut, got that game on lock. Flipping dimes, calling shots, every move non-stop. Silver fan, probably slayer, playing odds like dice. In the trap, out betting lines, making racks feel nice. Pushing the line, we don't fold, don't shy. Cashing ticket, counting beam to the sky. On the podcast, we ball, roll the spread. Money talk, never walk, bets ahead. Parlay slayer stacking chips like he's bricks. Magic's calling plays, mixing schemes so slick. Numbers on the board, all these digits don't lie. In this trap house, sports bets, we fly. Pushing the line, we don't fold, don't shy. Cashing tickets, counting green to the sky. On the podcast, we ball, roll the spread. Money talk, never walk, bets ahead. Got your bang world rising like that early morning sun. From parlays to straight plays, we stun. Twisting stats, breaking news, all for the game. In this world of ours, we reign. Line moving swift like the wave in the night. Heavy hitters in the game, got the insight. Magic with the tips, sit one fire with a hit. Potty tan worldwide, see us never miss.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Pushing the Line Sports. And we are on part 4 of our 4-part series, The Best to Ever Wear It. So we are on the back end, or depending on how you look at it, the front end of these numbers of the greatest athletes to wear certain numbers. And they say all good things must come to an end, and this has been a good one. I have definitely enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the reminiscing of old days and just picking up on history that I didn't know nothing about.
Absolutely, man. This is very humbling. First of all, happy Friday. That's Magic Bets. As you can see, I'm 615 Parlay Slayer. Uh, I'll tell you about the National Day in a minute. But yeah, it was humbling. It was very difficult. This whole double zero to zero thing was it was humbling to see what some of these people did. You know they may be good, but to see how great and how dominant these people were when they played, it was crazy. A lot of hard decisions. Uh, thank everybody for tuning in. It's tuning in. Uh, we about to get to it. I'm looking at y'all. I'm looking at y'all in the comments. It ain't no bias. You may be mad, but it ain't bias. This is strictly body of work. It ain't got nothing to do with who you like. It's body of work. So that's
Yeah.
how we gonna do it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll go on and kick it off with number 25 since I have the odd numbers. And there were some great players that has worn
Wait,
this number.
hold on.
Hold on, hold on.
First of all, I'm eating.
National Day.
Yes. It kind of got something to do. Well, not really.
Why are you eating on the set?
Because I'm pushing the line.
Yeah, you pushing more than the line.
So look, today is National Oreo Cookie Day,
Oh
and that
Lord.
was the most important out of all the days I seen because us big boys and little boys and little girls and big girls, we all like. I don't know nobody who don't like Oreos.
If you don't like Oreo, I don't trust you.
It's also National Frozen Food Day, which in the comments, if y'all tell me what y'all favorite food is, heck, what is your favorite food? Frozen food.
My favorite frozen fruit, ice cream.
No, frozen food.
It would have to be pizza.
Hmm. My favorite frozen food is Uncrustables.
Ooh, ooh. That's a good one. You know what? You can still eat that frozen. So yeah, I need to change mine to Uncrustables. It need to be
Hmm.
something you can eat frozen.
Yeah, I don't. As I've gotten older, trying to get healthy. If I'm gonna eat pizza, I'm gonna just go all the way bad. I'm gonna just get it from a Jets or Salvos or whatever's around. If I'm gonna be bad, I'm gonna be all the way bad.
Hey, it was also National Employee Appreciation Day. So if your job didn't show you any type of appreciation, you need to put your resume out there come Monday.
Yeah, man. Thanks to all employees out there. Uh, it is Shaq's birthday. Happy birthday, big fella. You'll probably never see this, but happy birthday, man. But all right, we ain't got no theme music, but
Number 25.
let's
One
go.
it has some great athletes on it. One of the best free throw shooters of all time, Mark Price of the Cavaliers, was on the list. He was a four-time All Star. Richard Sherman, Gail Goodrich, Jim Tomey, Joe Newendike in the NHL. Casey Jones, he had 8 NBA championships. He's in the Hall of Fame with the Boston Celtics.
Hmm.
Fred Biletnikoff, he's a Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, and Hall of Fame. Uh, but with an asterisk, I had to give it to a seven-time MVP, 762 home runs, who was the all-time leader, Barry Bonds.
I did too. 7-time NL MVP, 14-time All Star, 8-time Gold Glove, 12-time Silver Slugger, 2-time NL batting champ, 2-time NL home run leader, RBI leader, most home runs all time, most walks all time. Not in the Hall of Fame.
And that's sad because his body of work, I think he could have did it even without the controversy. Uh,
Absolutely.
they like to throw that controversy in there because you have a lot of people of another color up there on their list that they didn't want Barry Bonds to pass.
Yep. And also, it's for my honorable mention. You said Fred Biletnikoff, another should be Hall of Famer that's not in there. Rafael Palmeiro. I
Rafi.
also put
Okay.
him on here. 4-time All Star, 3-time Gold Glove, 2-time Silver Slugger, one of the great hitters of our time. Um, I also put him in there. And I was just about to say, as much as they hate Bonds and Sosa and McGuire in that era, they pretty much saved baseball. They made baseball worth watching
Yeah.
again.
Tommy
Um,
John also wore it.
say that 24.
Tommy John, 25.
He, he got a surgery named after him, so he
Yeah.
pretty damn important.
Yeah.
Not to be funny, but if you had Tommy John surgery, you're done for a year.
um, one that didn't that wasn't so high on my list, but he's one of the greats in Atlanta Braves history. Andrew Jones also wore that.
Yep. A lot of people, you said Mark Price. I'm glad you said that. Uh, a lot of people don't read. Mark Price was probably the best player on that team. I know Brad Doherty was the one that everybody talked about. That was a good Cavs team. They just couldn't beat the Bulls.
Hey, the
Steve Kerr
Bulls
was on that
overshot a lot of
team.
people in that era.
They did. That late '80s, early '90s Cavs team, that was a pretty damn good team. And they played in Richfield Coliseum. And that Coliseum, every time they played, it was loud. It was loud as hell in there. So I'm glad you brought up Mark Price. So what are we doing? We moving on to 24?
24. Boy, you had a good one.
I did, man, but I also wanted to not I got a bunch of honorable mentions. So for 25 through zero, it's a bunch of great people. You're gonna argue, you're gonna argue, you're gonna go around, you're gonna ask people their opinions and all this shit. And what I tried to do was put my number one and one honorable mention, but for 24, I couldn't do it.
You couldn't.
So my honorable mention, Jeff Gordon, Charles Woodson, Tamika Catchings, and in hockey I picked Chris Chelios. But I also had to give love to Ken Griffey Jr. I actually wrote his stats out because that's my favorite player growing up. 97 MVP, 13-time All Star, 10-time Gold Glove, 7-time Silver Slugger, 4-time AL Home Run Champ, RBI leader. He's a Hall of Famer. My number one honorable mention, and I went back and forth with this, is Willie Mays. Willie Mays was a World Series champ. This man was a 24-time All Star. This means for a quarter of a century, damn near, this man was at the top of his game. Two-time NL MVP, 1951 National League Rookie of the Year, 12-time Gold Glove, batting champion, four-time home run leader, four-time stolen base leader. Obviously, he's a Hall of Famer to say, hey, kid, one of the best to ever do it. My number one, of course, I picked Kobe for number 24. I fought Kobe and Willie Mays back and forth at 24-time All Star. He went to the All Star game more times than Kobe played seasons in basketball. Uh, that was fucking incredible. But Kobe, man, five-time champion, two-time Finals MVP, 2008 MVP, 18-time All Star, four-time All Star MVP, 15-time All NBA, 12-time All Defense, two-time scoring champ, slam dunk champ, Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, my guy, my one of my favorite players, he's not here. Still miss him. Still can't believe that he gone. But I took Kobe at 24.
Man, it was tough for me also. Ken Griffey Jr. is undoubtedly one of my favorite players of all time. Prettiest swing
Hmm.
in baseball, but his resume, nor did Ricky Henderson's resume, measure up to what Kobe did. It did not measure up to what Willie Mays did,
Yeah.
and it came close for me. And as much as I would love to give it to Kobe because he did some of his best work in number 24, I went with total body of work in the number, and I gave it to Willie Mays.
I'm not mad at you. It's kind like Abe said, eight Kobe was better than 24. The reason I disagree, Kobe wasn't the best player on those teams. Without a doubt, he was the best player as number 24. First of all, at number 24, he was the best player in the league. He won his MVP as 24. Most of his accomplishments came when Shaq left and he changed his number to 24. That's why
And
I
th-
took him at 24.
and that was probably the reason that it was a little tough for me not to give it to Kobe because that was the number he wore his MVP, won his MVP in.
Yeah, absolutely. So I look when you sit there and you run down Willie Mays and you see somebody made an All Star 24 times and 12-time Gold Gloves, lead the league four times in home run. You don't get no argument from me. It was I ain't 6'7", but I'm sitting there. I'm like, we gonna flip a coin for this
I mean, even a couple of names that wasn't mentioned: Champ Bailey, Rick Barry, Moses Malone wore it in Houston in his peak years there.
one. Yeah,
Miguel Cabrera, man, 24 was a good number.
24 was a damn good number. I'm interested to see what you did for 23.
Why do we even have to talk about 23?
I mean, for us, no, but you may have some different honorable mentions than me.
Whew, Lord, man, let's see. Um, you have had people in the NBA like LeBron James broke down Anthony Davis, although he's very talented. He's often injured. Draymond Green. In baseball, you had people like Don Mattingly, uh, Kirk Gibson, who had one of the best home runs in World Series history.
Hmm.
You had one of the best return men in the NFL with Devin Hester. You can even mention David Beckham in soccer. Christian McCaffrey. He's often injured, but you cannot deny the talent.
Hmm.
But as my runner up, I had to go with Ryan Sandberg of the Chicago Cubs. He's one of the best second basemen of all time. He's the 1984 National League MVP, 9 Gold Gloves, and 10-time All Star. And may he rest in peace. He passed away, I believe it was last year or the year before. Um,
Took
Number
him over
22,
LeBron.
huh?
Took
Yeah,
Ryan Sandberg over LeBron.
I did. I did.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That was my honorable mention. LeBron has worn two numbers in his career, and I just don't see myself giving him the honorable mention on that. That's another story. But Michael Jordan, there's no denying, none. If anybody tells you there was a better number 23 in any sport, they're lying to you. Don't trust them.
Oh yeah, man. Michael Jordan is definitely mine. LeBron James was. I For whatever reason, this man makes people emotions boil. I don't. I've never really got into that part of sports to where people make my blood just to where I don't like him as a person.
Oh, I love
LeBron
him.
is
I love him as
LeBron
a
as the
person.
basketball player is probably the greatest all around player we've ever seen, and it stops there. Like we don't know him personally. If you don't think he better than Jordan, if you think he is, that's a conversation for another day. Uh, as far as his accomplishments go, man, been in basketball to go to the All Star game 22 times, win 4 MVPs, 4 Finals MVPs, 4-time champ, 3-time All Star MVP, go All NBA 21 times, Rookie of the Year, scoring champ, assist leader. You know, whatever it is that you don't like about him, when you write these numbers down, the guy is one of the greats. Period.
So so
It is what it is.
so I got a question for you. And
Yes, sir.
I don't have the numbers right in front of me.
What you got?
Um how many championships LeBron got?
Oh, he got 4.
How many of them were in number 23?
I know he won. I think he won 2 in 23. One in Cleveland, one in LA, and the 2 he won in Miami with 6.
Okay. So yeah, that's a valid argument that LeBron should be he should be the honorable mention for me, but I mean, I'm still on Ryan Sandberg. LeBron,
I
he's
mean,
accomplished.
I ain't mad at Ryan Sandberg won 23 his whole career, right?
Yeah, he
Because
did.
we doing best to wear the number, not the
Yeah,
best player. Like if he was 23 his whole career,
yeah.
then hey, yeah, I got you.
And don't get
I
me
ain't
wrong, LeBron on the front end of his career was my favorite player. You couldn't tell me shit about LeBron. The only thing that you couldn't argue with me about LeBron was that he was better than Michael Jordan.
period.
We were
Exactly.
not we were not gonna have that argument. But LeBron was my favorite player. I don't like how he flops now, how he complains, and how he manipulates stuff. But off the court, the work that he does, can't do nothing but love it.
Family
Um,
man. Yeah,
I, I
absolutely.
I love his career, and I hate that he switched teams so much. But maybe next year we'll see him go back to Cleveland and finish his career there.
And if they win it all, that's a hell of a way to go out for him.
Hey, they got the team makeup to do it. Take that minimum contract, go back and win one for your hometown.
Absolutely. Still wouldn't be better than Jordan. All right.
No, no.
So we going to number
Ooh.
22. This was another one. So my honorable mentions was tougher than my number one overall. So my honorable mentions, man, I plucked some out. I took Elgin Baylor. I took Clyde Drexler. I took the newly retired World Series champ Clayton Kershaw. Um, the one I wrote my stats down for was Roger Clemens, 2-time World Series champ, 86 MVP, 11-time All Star, 7 Cy Youngs, 2 Triple Crowns in pitching, 4-time wins leader, 7-time ERA. That's impressive within itself. 5-time AL strikeout leader. Also another player in that generation that's not in the Hall of Fame. That is going to be a recurring theme, it seems like. But I took Emmitt Smith, uh, 3-time Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl 28 MVP, 93 MVP, 1990 Offensive Rookie of the Year, 5-time All Pro, 8-time Pro Bowl, 4-time rushing leader, 3-time rushing touchdown leader, Hall of Fame, most rushing yards, rushing attempts, and rushing touchdowns of all time. So I took Emmitt Smith. If you was to pull me to the side and ask me who my favorite running back is, it's Barry Sanders. Let's not get it twisted.
Hey, for years. You know what? I'm gonna say that argument for a few minutes. I'm gonna say that argument.
Okay.
Don't even
All
worry
right.
about that argument. Um, did you mention Clyde Drexler? Clyde?
Yeah, Clyde
I was on
Drexler,
there.
Elgin Baylor, Clayton Kershaw, and
Dave
Roger Clemens was
Dave the
my
Butcher
honor.
the Boucher.
Yep,
Uh,
early NBA Dave DeBusschere was. Yep.
yeah, I didn't have no choice but give that one to Emmitt Smith myself. And
No, I don't. I honestly, I really don't say that because Emmy was a Cowboy. That Cowboys team that won 3 Super Bowls. Shit, he won 3 Super Bowls. Barry didn't even get to one.
you,
I,
hey, hey, say that thought. Say that thought till we get to 20.
I all right.
Man.
21. Oh, you got 21. 21 was very
Ooh,
difficult.
Lord.
Yeah, man. 21 was real difficult.
Man, oh, you had golly, you had some names on that. You had names like Cliff Branch, Stan Mikita in the NHL, Jim Thorpe, who was a multi-sport star, Warren Spahn, Dominique Wilkins, LaDainian Tomlinson, Kevin Garnett. It really came down to three people for me.
Hmm.
Um, and as much as I wanted to give it to Deion Sanders, I couldn't. Deion Sanders is probably one of my favorite players of all time. What he done on the field, the way he carried himself, he brought a light to football in that time and brought that flash. Uh, NIL could contribute him to being the reason NIL is just because people would have paid him for his image back in that time, and they probably did.
He
Uh,
probably
he
did.
he was a two-time Super Bowl champ, 1994 Defensive Player of the Year, and he would cover anybody down that field. He also played baseball, but he wore a different number in baseball. My honorable mention is Roberto Clemente, 3,000 hits, 317 career batting average, 12 gold gloves. But when I looked and did my research, I had to give it to the big fundamental. Five-time NBA champion, two-time MVP, three times finals MVP.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan.
That's I think our list may be to the T, actually. That was my list. Tim Duncan and Dion was Tim Duncan, Dion, Roberto Clemente. That was my 1, 2, 3. It's unfortunate how Roberto Clemente lost his life. Uh, you know, not to put a damper on it, but just reading his story, learning more about how it happened as you was doing this, man. It sucks. It does suck, but yeah, Dominique. I wrote down Dominique don't get enough credit for the player that he was.
It does not.
Um, and he beat Jordan in that dunk contest. I also had Dave Bing and Bill Sharman too. So 21 was a loaded number.
Yeah, it was.
So we go to number 20. 20 was tough. Actually,
Mhm.
all these was tough. Shit. Some of the people that I wrote down for my honorable mention was Brian Dawkins, Gary Payton, Manu Ginobili, Mike Schmidt. I also had Ed Reed, Super Bowl champ, Defensive Player of the Year, 8-time All Pro, 9-time Pro Bowl, 3-time interceptions leader, Hall of Famer. Of course, my number one honorable mention was Barry Sanders, the 97 MVP, the 2-time Offensive Player of the Year, 89 Offensive Rookie of the Year, 10-time All Pro, 10-time Pro Bowler, 4-time rushing leader, rushing touchdown leader, and Hall of Famer. Was that your number one? Barry Sanders was your number one? Was it Frank Robinson? Oh, okay. So Frank Robinson was my number one, man. Hell of a fucking career. 2-time World Series champ, 1966 World Series MVP, 2-time MVP, 14-time All Star, 1966 Triple Crown, 1956 Rookie of the Year, Gold Glove batting champ, home run leader, RBI leader, Hall of Fame. Has his jersey retired by 3 different teams: the Reds, the Guardians, and the Orioles. I took Frank Robinson. Well deserved too, by the way.
The only player to win MVP in both leagues.
Yes, Frank Robinson. Absolutely.
So you remember that argument I told you to hold for a moment?
Mm-hmm.
So you had Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith in the same era, same years, pretty much. We saw the body of work that Barry Sanders did, and there's an argument to be had that if he had the offensive line that Emmitt Smith had, we'd be talking about Barry Sanders as number one right here.
Barry Sanders would have been the greatest running back ever. I mean, in my eyes, that I've ever seen run the football, he is the best running back to me
If you are
ever.
watching this show and you have never, and you're not old enough to say that you watched Barry Sanders play, go back and watch his highlights, please, and realize that he only had one player on his offensive line that made a Pro Bowl, and that was Lomas Brown.
Buddy, it, dude, it's not been another Barry Sanders. And I tell you what makes me like Bijan so much is his cuts and his movements. He's very quick. He's fast. Barry Sanders wasn't even that fast. He was just quick, and his cuts, and he would just jukes. He just made people look stupid. It was like he didn't want to be touched, and he could get out of anything. And if Barry Sanders had one knock, he took a lot of negative plays, but he make up for it for a 40-yard run on the next play.
And he
So,
retired early, so his stats are misconstrued if you think about it.
yep. And if you ever watch Barry Sanders documentary, it will make you hate the Detroit Lions because when Joe Montana got traded for Steve Young, he wanted to go to Detroit and play with Barry Sanders. And the ownership told Joe Montana he was too young to bring to Detroit, and therefore he ended up in Kansas City.
Ooh, number 19. Oh, that was another tough one. I didn't think 19 was going to be as tough as it. Well, I say
I didn't
tough, but
either.
like the honorable mention part for me was tough.
Yeah.
Uh, 19, I didn't realize it, but in hockey, it's considered a badge of leadership.
And I got two great hockey players too.
Would they happen to be Steve Yastrzemski and Joe Sakic?
Joe Sakic and Steve Yzerman. Yes, sir.
Yep. They were on there. Then you got people in hockey like Brian Chartier, Larry Robinson, Jonathan Toles. Then when you go over to the NFL, you got people like Johnny Unitas. They called him the Golden Arm. He won 3 NFL championships. You got Lance Allworth, bad wide receiver, bad man.
Arches, yep.
Um,
The fact that
Jo-
you just said Johnny Unitas is concerning, but go ahead.
Johnny wore 19.
I know, but it's concerning that you talking about him now and not. Go ahead. I just want to see who you pick.
Joe Montana briefly wore it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Robin Yount wore it for the Brewers. Willis Reed for the Knicks.
Yep.
Lenny Wilkins wore it. But when you bat 338 lifetime, when you win 8 batting titles and you have over 3,000 hits, um, man, Tony Gwynn was a bad man. They call him Mr. Padre. I gave it to him because to me, baseball is a harder sport when it comes to batting average versus what you do on the football field.
Yeah. Which I don't mind. I would have gave it to him. I gave it to Unitas because Unitas had MVP,
Hmm.
and that was it. That
Understandable.
that was the your MVPs and your championships. Now you can't have the Robert Ory championships where you just a decent player. You make plays. Now you got to be like the number one reason why you won the championship. So that also factored in because Johnny Unitas got four. He got one Super Bowl and 3 AFL championships. So I factored all that in. But yeah, you ain't Tony Gwynn. He rarely if ever striked out.
You couldn't
So
strike him out.
you couldn't strike him out. And every pitcher in that era, they always talk about how hard it was to face him because you wasn't gonna strike him out.
And I may be wrong, but at one time he was still the career leader for assists in college basketball at school that he went to.
Oh wow, I ain't know that.
Yeah.
All right, so what we disagree, but I ain't tripping because I kind of agree with you on that one. So number 18 really wasn't that difficult for me. I got one honorable mention. I got Dave Cowan, two-time champ, MVP, three-time All NBA, all eight-time All-Star MVP, 71 Rookie of the Year Hall of Famer for the Celtics. I got Dave Cowan. But number one was Peyton Manning, two-time Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP, five-time MVP, two-time Offensive Player of the Year, 10-time All-Pro, 14-time Pro Bowl, passing yards, passing touchdowns, passer rating, completion percentage leader, Hall of Famer. Took Peyton Manning. Took Peyton Manning at number 18.
And don't forget, he has the largest forehead in football.
Ever. His head tall as shit. His head is tall as shit.
Well, I'm not fooling with you. Hey man, this was a good one.
17 was a good one for you.
It was still a good one. It was still a good one
I'm,
because
I'm interested. I'm,
in,
I'm
in,
interested.
in hockey you got names like Rob Brendan Moore, uh, Yari Curie. Then football you got names like Philip Rivers. He's got the most kids of anybody in football, I think. Devontae Adams, Josh Allen, Harold Carmichael. And you had some names. Chris Mullen was there. Todd Hilton in baseball, DC Dean. But when it came down to it, there were two names that I saw at the top of this list. John Havlicek is gonna have to be my honorable mention, and that was tough. He uh he
Very.
had he had he's an 8-time NBA champion, 13-time All Star. But when it came down to it, you have a guy who was a pitcher and one of the best hitters, currently still playing baseball, went ape shit today in the World Baseball Classic.
He almost hit a cycle in one inning.
That
Who does that, bro? Like, who
man
does that?
went ape shit. Man, I had to give it to Shohei Ohtani.
He may end up being the greatest player that we've seen.
I wish we got him sooner.
Me too. Me too. He came in, what, 2018?
Something like that. He had a few years in the Japanese leagues.
Yeah.
Um, man, if we had got him sooner, ain't no telling what records he would have broke.
Man, it ain't no telling. It really, and that's why, you look at the Dodgers now. I don't know how you beat that team. I'm excited for baseball. I want to see the Padres, the Mets, and the Dodgers. I just want to see them fight it out. I think they got the three best teams in the National League. I just want to see how that unfolds. I really do. We'll get into baseball another day, but I'm glad you picked Shohei number one because as impressive as this resume is, it's only gonna get bigger.
Yeah.
It ain't going nowhere. All right, so I took yeah, you should apologize to the Angels for giving him away. That was, but I don't know if y'all could have kept him and gave him that amount of money.
No. Don't know how the Dodgers doing it.
Nah, I don't either. And picked up Cal Tucker and all. Anyway, look, we number 16. So a couple of my honorable mentions was George Blanda and
Mhm.
Bob Lanier. Um, my one honorable mention, it was between two people. My one honorable mention was Whitey Ford, six-time World Series champ, 61 World Series MVP, 10-time All-Star, Cy Young winner, three-time AL wins leader, two-time ERA leader, Hall of Famer. But I took Joe Montana number one. Uh, you also had Jim Plunkett and a host of others. I took Joe Montana number one Four-time champ, Super Bowl champ, three-time Super Bowl MVP, two-time regular season MVP, 89 Offensive Player of the Year, eight eight-time Pro Bowl, five-time All-Pro, two-time passing touchdowns, passer rating leader, five-time completion percentage leader, Hall of Famer. To Cool Joe.
Ooh, Joe, he was a bad man. Also, Brett Hull in the NHL,
Brett
uh,
Hall. Yep.
Bobby Clark, Henry Richard. So yeah, Dwight Gooden and Chipper Jones wore it. So you had some good players, but there's no doubt that it was Joe Montana for me either.
I'm interested on this next one.
Man, number 15. Ooh, Lord of mercy. In baseball, you had people like Thurman Munson. Basketball, Carmelo wore it with the Denver Nuggets. You got Jokic, he wore it with the he's wearing it with the Nuggets right now.
Yep.
Vince Carter, he wore it for years. But when it came down to it, and as much as I would love with the Green Bay Packers, he has 5 championships. Um, he won the first 2 Super Bowls. He's in the Hall of Fame. But I actually gave it to an active player.
Really?
Really.
Hmm.
I mean, he has 2 regular season MVP awards. He has 3 Super Bowls, and his career is not finished. I think in the end, he will be the greatest 15.
You gave it to Mahomes.
I gave it to Mahomes. I'm not even a big fan of Mahomes, but I respect his work.
I definitely respect his work. I didn't put him ahead of Bart Starr, but I
Uh,
definitely
See, that's why
listen.
we throwing wrenches in the game.
I definitely did. And I damn sure was gonna put Carmelo on there. That's one of my favorite players. I don't mind. I don't mind Patrick Mahomes being first at all. You know, I don't think his story is written. I mean, it's not written. When I say that, I'm saying I think he's going to find a way to get back to the Super Bowl. I really do. It may not be this year. These other teams, I think they may have caught up with the Chiefs. We're gonna do a show next week, just talking about all of the NFL stuff. I don't know how long this show is gonna go on, but he's one of the greats already, and he's only halfway done. He's still got a whole nother side of a career to play. Uh, so no, I don't have a problem with you picking Patrick Mahomes at all. That was actually a good one. That was a good one. Let's see, number 14.
I'm laughing at Abe.
Oh man, you crazy. So I picked two people for my honorable mention. I want to see if you're gonna agree with me on this one. So one of my honorable mentions is Ernie Banks.
I agree.
And my other honorable mention is Bob Cousy.
I agree.
My number one overall for the number 14 was Pete Rose.
I agree.
Okay. Took Pete Rose. Also not in the Hall of Fame. Uh, three-time World Series champ, 75 World Series MVP, 73 MVP, 17-time All-Star, 63 Rookie of the Year, two-time Gold Glove, Silver Slugger, three-time batting champ, has the record for career hits and games played. Put this man in the Hall of Fame, please.
Um, he's eligible.
Please put this man in the Hall of Fame. Just please put him in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, I don't agree with everything that he did off the field, but the Hall of Fame is meant for your body of work on the field.
Yes. He bet it on his team. He bet it on his team,
He
right?
bet it. He bet it on his team, and that ain't even. I don't even have a problem with that personally.
I
It's
don't either.
it's
It
the
ain't like
other
he was
stuff
betting
he.
him to win. I
It was
mean,
the
he
other
wasn't
stuff.
betting to lose.
It was the other stuff he did off the field.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't know. But I picked Pete Rose
yeah,
to stay on subject. Pete Rose was incredible, man.
yeah. Man, number 13, one of my favorite numbers of all time. And if you look in my semi-pro football playing days, I wore number 13.
That is an Al Bundy special.
Al Bundy special. This jersey is damn near 25 years old. It look a little small on me too, but I went on wore it for today's show.
What position did you play?
I played defensive end.
What did you in your best game? What did you do?
My best game. I mean, that's tough. One game I assisted on a safety. That was I figured I thought that was a good game. In another game, I recovered a punt block and returned it for a touchdown, but they called it back. They shouldn't have called it back. But I'd have to say my best game was in the All Star game. I had a sack and two fumble recoveries.
Okay.
He said I was a bust. Stupid. Yeah, those are fun times. Um, Man, 13 had some good people. You had people
It
like Steve Nash,
woo boy 13 had some killers on there.
James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's oft injured, you got to admit Paul George is a hell of a player.
PG-13.
Kurt Warner is
Yep.
13 also. Don Maynard. You got a current Mike Evans who is heading free agency. You got Manny Machado, Omar Vizquel.
Yep.
Um, man, I have a 1A and a 1B when it comes to my honorable mention. Now, actually, Alex Rodriguez, he wore two numbers, so I ain't even gonna put him as honorable mention. Alex Rodriguez is up there. My honorable mention is Dan Marino, first quarterback to throw over 5,000 yards in a season, and held the career passing yards and touchdown records upon retirement. He never got his Super Bowl, which I wish he did. He deserved one. They had
He
some
did.
great teams down there, but they never made it quite there. But my number one is Wilt the Stilt.
Facts. Probably the greatest player to ever play the game. If
Only
you
player to
if
have
you
100
ask
points in a game.
if you ask people before us, this man did shit that people out, man, people kill me, man. Every generation they always be like, well, who did he go against? Man, you're not gonna remember 98% of the people playing today. You're gonna remember the ones that dominated. So sitting here saying that he didn't play nobody, that's ignorant. That's ignorant because these same players 20 years from now, the next generation to come up behind us, when you tell them Jokic played against Donovan Clingan, when you tell them Jokic played against Nikola Vucevic, as decent as players as they are not in the stratosphere as Nikola Jokic. Will Chamberlain he played against Kareem, he played against Bill Russell, he played against Nate Thurman, he played against some of the greatest big men this game has ever seen. The man had a season where he averaged 50 points and 22 rebounds and didn't even win MVP.
If you live, well, if you were born in an NBA city and you were over 50 years old and you're taller than 6'5" and you never met your father, there's a good chance that Will Chamberlain is your daddy.
Might be Will Chamberlain.
It might be Will Chamberlain, dog. I'm telling you,
Allegedly, he slept with thousands of women,
tens
but
of thousands.
on that basketball court, he was no joke.
None at all.
No joke. So yes, Will Chamberlain deserves to be number one. Well, how much time we got? 44 minutes. We're
Hey
gonna be
man,
on we finna be on number 12 for a minute because we about to argue.
hey man, we ain't on no time limit tonight.
So let me give you my honorable mention. Abe, come on, get your ass in the comments because I already know we finna argue.
Mm.
Uh, my honorable mentions. Roger Staubach, Jim Kelly, Dwight Howard. Those was the three that I put on there just for notion. John Stockton was one of my honorable mentions. The 10-time All-Star, 93 co-MVP of the All-Star, 11-time All-NBA. My other one was Terry Bradshaw, 4-time Super Bowl champ, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, 78 MVP. I put Aaron Rodgers ahead of Terry Bradshaw. Me. I did. I put Aaron Rodgers ahead of Terry Bradshaw. Um,
I don't have a
Super,
problem with that.
Super Bowl 45 champion. Well, I know somebody who do. Super Bowl 45 champ and MVP. 4-time MVP, 5-time All Pro, 10-time Pro Bowl, 4-time passer rating, 2-time passing touchdown, uh, 1-time completion percentage leader. Tom Brady is number one. I don't even really think it was no argument there. He's number one. 7-time Super Bowl champ. That's the most. 5-time Super Bowl MVP, 3-time MVP, 2-time Offensive Player of the Year, 6-time All Pro, 15-time Pro Bowler, 5-time passing touchdowns leader, 4-time passing yards leader, passer rating leader, completion percentage leader. He holds 13 NFL records. The only thing left for this man to do, we just want to see if he going to the Hall of Fame first ballot.
So here's the problem with Tom Brady. If you talk to Drew Bledsoe is going to tell you he is the worst backup quarterback in the history of the league. Because when Drew Bledsoe came back from his injury, he was supposed to get his job back. He didn't. He got traded, had to move
Yep.
on because Tom Brady took his job and did not relinquish the reins ever again.
Nope. Mm-mm. I
Now,
know I'm gonna get flat for go ahead. What
now
was you gonna say?
your argument with Rodgers over Bradshaw, I agree with that for the simple fact that Aaron Rodgers to me was a better quarterback than Bradshaw.
I was gonna
Bradshaw
break it down.
Bradshaw won those Super Bowls because of the pieces around him. That defense was hell.
Yes.
Um, those receivers and that running back was hell. That
Yes.
offensive line was hell. I mean, shit. Terry Bradshaw was probably the weakest link on that team.
Thank you. That's where I was getting at. If you look at Terry Bradshaw's stats, he has one of the worst career statistical lines of all the people quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame. He has 212 touchdowns versus 210 interceptions. He only has two more touchdowns than interceptions over a whole career. He didn't even get to 28,000 passing yards. He has 5 years of over 20 interceptions. He never threw for over 60% completion percentage and never had a 90 plus quarterback rate. That's Terry Bradshaw. Whereas Aaron Rodgers has 527 touchdowns compared to 123 interceptions, 66,000 yards, 13 is the most. What is that stat I got? 13 is most in first year starting. I don't know what that. Yeah, 13 is the most interceptions that he had, and he got that in his first year start. I didn't finish that sentence off. As a starter, he never threw under 60% completion percentage. Since being a starter in the NFL, he's never had a season where he went under 90 QBR. So it really wasn't even close. It's just Terry Bradshaw got them Super Bowls.
Yep.
That's it.
Um,
And we argue if Aaron Rodgers had it, let's say he had 3 Super Bowls, he may be right behind Tom Brady. He may be right. You may argue he's behind Tom Brady anyway.
so you know how you always bring up little tidbits.
Mm-hmm.
I got one about number 12.
But
Michael Jordan.
for the Bulls, yep, for that
He
one
wore
game.
number 12 for one game in 1990 after his jersey got stolen. He put up 49 points in that motherfucker.
Damn sure did. I remember that. I seen that on there too, and I was like, I ain't putting that shit on there.
Shit, you got to. Man, number 11. Hmm.
This is Let's see. Let's see where you went with number 11. This was interesting.
Number 11. Number 11. Trey Young. No, I'm playing.
I was going to say, I ain't even got his name on here.
Oh, let's see. You got players like Barry Larkin, who's a Hall of Fame shortstop for Cincinnati Reds. You got two-time NBA champion and Finals MVP Isaiah Thomas. You got Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, one of the best hands in the NFL. He never got his championship, but he was
Hmm.
one of the best receivers in football history. I actually went with hockey on this one. Um, this man won 6 Stanley Cups and remains the only player to captain two different franchises to championships. Inducted to the Hall of Fame in 2007, Mark Messier.
To the T, that's what I got for that number. Yep. No agreement on that stat. And I thank you, Abe, for saying that because I do have it written by his name. Larry Fitzgerald, in his entire career, only had 23 drops.
you can
That's
compare
that's that's crazy.
you can compare his drops to Tony Gwynn's strikeouts. It's just
Yeah,
something that didn't happen.
that's literally that's insane. So I am proud. Number 10. I went completely left on my honorable mention because if I didn't say Pele, if I didn't say Lionel Messi, I didn't say Diego Maradona, they had to be said because of the impact that they have on soccer. So three of my top honorable mentions is Pele, Diego Maradona, and Lionel Messi. I had to put them in there. I also put Eli Manning, Tim Hardaway, Dennis Rodman when he was with the Pistons, and I put uh, Fran Tarkin, quarterback for the Vikings. Put all those as my honorable mentions. My number one honorable mention was Chipper Jones, uh, World Series champ, MVP, 8-time All-Star, Hall of Famer, Silver Slugger. My number one guy was Guy LaFleur.
The flower.
Five-time, is it LaFleur? Guy LaFleur.
No,
Five-time Stanley
they
Cup
called him the
champ.
flower.
Oh, they called him the Flower. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. Five-time Stanley Cup champ, two-time MVP, three-time scoring champ, playoff MVP, six-time All-Star, Hall of Famer.
Man, I had to give him my runner up.
You picked Chipper Jones.
I did not pick Chipper Jones.
You picked Pele.
There was two other names on that list that you didn't mention, Zidane and Ronaldinho. Those are two other greats in soccer. But
Hmm.
on this one, it wasn't as much as what he did on the field as it was for what he did for the sport. Um, a lot of the people that you see wear number 10 in the sport is because of Pele. And a lot of people wouldn't even care about soccer if it wasn't for Pele. So I did it based on what he did for the sport.
That's what I said. Did you pick Pele?
Yeah.
All right. As long as you don't pick BJ Armstrong, we all right.
Hey man, that was my guy though. A little funny looking dude.
Come on, man. We on number 9. I swear to God, if for number 9, if you pick this person, we end in the show.
Oh shit. Number 9 was actually tough.
But it better not be who the hell I think you. If you pick Steve McNair for your
It,
number 9,
although Steve McNair was co-MVP in 2003, he didn't even make my honorable mention.
okay, good. Shouldn't have been
Um,
co-MVP.
neither did Joe Burrow, neither did Sonny Jurgensen, neither did Drew Brees. You had people in basketball like Tony Parker and Bob Pettit. You
Number
had
9
people.
was kind of difficult.
It it was because you have also people like Ennis Slaughter. You have Maurice the Rocket Richard in NHL. You got Bobby Hull in NHL. When it came down to it, it was between Gordie Howe, Ted Williams, and Roger Maris. I gave it to
Who did
Gordie
you?
Howe.
Okay, that's who I put. Gordie Howe. Hell
Known
of
as
a
Mr.
career.
Hockey. 4 Stanley Cups and 6 MVPs. And Wayne Gretzky originally wore 99 as a tribute to him.
Yep.
He's
23-time All-Star. That's crazy. When you get that many All-Star games, that's incredible. That is absolutely
But to be
incredible.
voted over people like Ted Williams and Roger Maris, that tells you how good of a career you had.
Yes, you was one of the greats. One of the greats. Number eight. Number eight got some dogs on it too now. We talked about him earlier, but I still had to put his name on there. Kobe Bryant, uh, Cal Ripken Jr., Lamar Jackson, Troy Aikman, Steve Young, Joe Morgan, all worthy candidates.
I think your hat
Uh,
telling a story.
uh,
I think your hat probably telling a story.
it may be. We gonna see. Honorable mention: Alexander Ovechkin, the all-time goals leader, Stanley Cup champ, three-time MVP, nine-time leader in goals, 12-time All-Star. My number one, I took Yogi Berra. Took
Okay.
Yogi Berra.
Okay.
13-time World Series champion, three-time MVP, 18-time All-Star Hall of Fame Yogi Berra. That's who I took.
I thought Yogi had 10 World Series.
Well, I think he got three as a manager.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
total.
Yeah. I actually thought you were going Cal Ripken Jr. I thought that's why you were wearing the hat on the show today.
No. I said his name is one of my honorable mentions.
Okay. Okay. He was the Iron Man. That's one of the records that'll probably never be broken either.
No, I don't think it will.
Uh, in hockey, you also had Timu Solani. I think you said Ovechkin, right?
Yep, said
Yep.
Ovechkin.
Yeah. Yeah. Number 8 was a tough one. Troy Aikman,
It
Steve
was
Young. Golly.
Lamar Jackson.
Ooh, why is my
Yep.
ears ringing right now? Golly.
I don't know. Good. You
That
probably finna say the wrong one for number
that
7.
that ain't no joke. I mean, number 7 has some bad people. I mean, Carmelo Ward in his best years in New York.
Yep.
Um, Pistol Pete had it. He had it
This
retired by
man
the New
right
Orleans.
here.
He had it retired by the Pelicans.
This man gonna
Um,
fit a Steeler in here any kind of way he can.
and
Lord
any
have mercy.
any way he can. Um, David Beckham wore it for Manchester United. Uh, George Best wore it for Manchester United. Ronaldo, he wore it for Manchester United, Real Madrid, and Portugal.
One of my honorable mentions.
Mike Vick wore it.
One of my honorable mentions.
Ben Roethlisberger is who he probably threw in the question. Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger, he threw that in
Yeah.
there. I knew he did. Um, John Elway, he took the Broncos to 5 Super Bowls, and he won 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I gave it to somebody who won 7 World Series titles with the New York Yankees, Mickey Mantle.
That would be absolutely correct. Absolutely correct, sir. I also had Phil Esposito on there too. Hockey.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He's on my list. And Keith Kachuk is on that list too.
Yep. Number 6, it really wasn't that difficult, but it's three people that I had to highlight because they all three of them deserve to be highlighted. Julius Irving, Dr. J, NBA champ, MVP. He did a lot for the ABA. I think he got the greatest ABA player trophy or award or something that they gave out once the ABA finally folded or merged. 16-time All Star, 2-time All Star MVP, Hall of Famer. Seven-time All NBA, Julius Erving. My honorable mention was Stan Musial, three-time World Series champ, three-time MVP, 24-time All-Star, seven-time batting champ, two-time RBI leader, Hall of Famer, but number six, uh, historical wise, one of the players that mean the most to anybody out of all sports is Bill Russell. Man won 11 championships, five MVPs, 12 All Stars, All Star MVP, 11 All NBAs, All Defense, four-time rebound champ. Uh, Recently passed away. I think it was a few years back. Bill Russell. He went through a lot in Boston. Heard a lot of things said about him in Boston, and he is the one of the goats. 11-time champ. I don't think you'll see nobody ever win 11 championships.
You won't. And wasn't he a player coach at one time?
He was a player coach. I don't think you'll ever see that again.
No, and especially in Boston at that time when that was going on, because whether people like to admit it or not, for a northern state, there was a lot of racism there. Hell,
Yep.
there was a lot of racism still there when D Brown was in Boston.
Yep.
Um,
Absolutely.
but yeah, man, I agree wholeheartedly. And some people gonna say LeBron James, but when it comes to overall body of work, you cannot deny Bill Russell. You
No.
can't deny Julius Erving as an honorable mention, or Stan Musial. You could throw people's name in there like Al Kaline and Steve Garvey also.
Yep. That was a good number. These lower numbers, some pretty damn good numbers. Let's see where you go on this one.
And number 5 was a tough one. You got people like Donovan McNabb on the list, Paul
Hell
Hornung.
no.
You got Jason Kidd on the list, Kevin Garnett Ward, Dennis Potvin for New York Islanders Ward, Nicholas Lindstrom Ward. Um, you got people like George Brett Ward, Johnny Bench, Albert Pujols. But when it came down to it, a 9-time World Series champion, 3-time MVP, had a 56 game hitting streak in 1951. The Yankee Clipper, Joe DiMaggio.
To the T. Again. That's what I got. Johnny Bench, Albert Pujols, Joe DiMaggio. That's who I got.
I mean, it's tough when you're not arguing, but when you're on the same wavelength, I guess it's good too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, Probably same for number four. I only put two people on here. My honorable mention, he's not one of my favorite people, but I put Brett Favre, Super Bowl champ, three-time MVP, Hall of Famer. I did put him as my honorable mention. Mine was Lou Gehrig, man. Uh, Six-time World Series champ, two-time MVP, seven-time All-Star, Triple Crown winner, batting champ, three-time home run leader, five-time RBI leader, Hall of Famer, the first player to ever have his number retired by a team in Major League Baseball. Uh, Career got cut short because of the disease that we now call ALS, aka Lou Gehrig's disease. Uh, but number four, I absolutely took Lou Gehrig.
I do not disagree with you at all. Lou Gehrig was my number one. Brett Favre was an honorable mention, but I also had Bobby Orr as an honorable mention.
Yep. All right. Number three was tough for me. Let's see where you went with number three.
Man, one of my favorite basketball players was a 11-time All-Star, 2001 MVP, known as the answer Allen Iverson. He was not even my honorable mention. Dwayne
Okay.
Wade, 3-time NBA champion and Finals MVP, uh, who spent his entire career with the Miami Heat. No, actually, he played with the Bulls a year, didn't he?
Who did?
Didn't Dwayne Wade play with the Bulls for a year?
Yeah, it
Okay,
was a
so he
horrible
didn't spend
year.
his
But
entire
yeah,
career.
he did.
He's up there. Chris Paul's up there. Um, You honestly have to mention Russell Wilson, but he's not all the way up there. Bronco Nagurski, you can mention him. Um, this was tough for me. Wasn't really tough. It was tough. It wasn't tough. It was tough. I don't know. Babe Ruth, he wore number 3 for the New York Yankees from 1929 to 1934, but he is not number 1 on my list.
Who number one?
Black black folks know NASCAR because of the Intimidator, dog. Dale Earnhardt.
Oh, Dale Earnhardt. I'm like, who the fuck? Okay, yeah,
Hey,
I'm with you. I'm
hey
with you
man,
when you're right.
hey man. Dale Earnhardt is probably the reason that a lot of black folks even watched NASCAR back in the day. Everybody knew who he was from the Mountain Dew commercials. Um, he was known as the Intimidator. He drove an iconic black Chevrolet, and unfortunately, he passed away driving. He won
Yep,
7 NASCAR Cup Series championships.
incredible. The Intimidator. Hell, his son was good too.
Yep. I know we said the 4 major sports, but
No,
I
I like when we go left.
I had to go left on that one.
Yeah, I like when we go left. I love when we go left. What number we got two left? No, we got three left
3.
because we got to
Yeah.
do zero.
Yeah.
Number two, I don't even have an honorable mention. I just got Derek Jeter. That's my guy. That's who I put on there.
I had an honorable mention.
How many honorable mentions you got?
Oh, I just had one.
Who is it?
Moses Malone.
Fair. That's fair. I'm with that. Honor. May he rest in peace. God rest his soul, Moses Malone. A lot of people don't. Moses Malone may actually be the greatest offensive rebounder in NBA history. Man, this man said Mason Rudolph.
He trolling your ass now. He is trolling your ass now.
Man, get the hell.
In college you had Deion Sanders and Charles Woodson wear it.
Yeah, for Florida
Um,
State, Michigan. Yep, Stacey Ogman Ward.
yeah. Kawhi wore it. I think he still wears it, but he stays hurt. You got Cafu in soccer, Alex English, Kyrie, Patrick Surtain, Jr. Well, Patrick Surtain, the second, and
Mm-hmm.
then Red Auerbach.
Kyrie would have been a worthy honorable mention.
So this is the last number I get to do on this series,
Last one.
man.
I hope you got it right.
Oh, I got it right. Trust me, I got it right. First of all, let me just mention a couple of names that are on this list. You got a 5-time World Series champion as a baseball player and manager, Billy Martin, whose number was retired by the Yankees. Um, Tracy McGrady was a bad man. Uh, Terry Sawchuk in the NHL, 4-time Stanley Cup champion. He was a bad man. Cam Newton was a bad man. Derrick Rose. And if it wasn't for injuries, you probably would have had Anthony Hardaway on this list.
Yep.
Um, Goalkeepers in soccer and hockey a lot of time wear this number 1. Jacques Plante, a legendary goalie who won 6 Stanley Cups and pioneered the use of the protective mask. He's an honorable mention on this list. I honestly had a 3-way tie. I'm going out with a 3-way tie.
Really.
I'm going out with a 3-way tie. Um, three, or should I say 1C, Hall of Fame quarterback who threw for nearly 50,000 yards and was a superstar in both the NFL and CFL, Warren Moon. 1B, known as the Wizard, he won 13 gold gloves and is widely considered the greatest defensive shortstop ever. Ozzie Smith, who is iconic for doing backflips on the diamond.
And the real number one.
The Big O, Oscar Robertson, first player to average a triple double while wearing the number one for the Bucks.
Tennessee natives
Charlotte, Tennessee.
from Charlotte, Tennessee.
Some people will tell you that city is still kind of divided, where white folks live on one side, black folks live on the other.
I can't believe it. That wouldn't surprise me, Billy.
Oscar said he'll never go back.
And let me know everything I need to know. If a Hall of Famer can't go back, ain't no damn need for me to go.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a nice little sandwich shop down there that I hit up every now and then. But I don't. It's not all the way in the town. It's right by the Amish market.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, the last number, we wrapping up the series, number 0. Uh, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if he should have been. My honorable mention was Jason Tatum.
Okay.
Of course, for those who seen he came back tonight, he's playing tonight. I need to check and see how he's doing. My number one overall was Russell Westbrook, MVP, 9-time All Star, 2-time All Star MVP, 9-time All NBA, 2-time scoring champ, 3-time assist leader. I think when it's all said and done, these two names will be flipped. I almost gave it to Jason Tatum uh, because of the championship and his impact on it. Maybe if he won the Finals MVP over Jalen Brown, I probably would have gave it to him, honestly. But Russell Westbrook, the first person in the NBA history to have multiple seasons averaging a triple double. Right after you said the first person who ever averaged one. Russ has had a hell of a career. He got to the finals one time. He will be a Hall of Famer. Uh, I'm gonna give him his flowers. I put Russell Westbrook number one.
I agree wholeheartedly. I think Russell Westbrook does not get the respect that he deserves because of the people that he's played with. They kind of overshadowed what he did on the court. But
Yep.
when you average a triple double, that lets you know you doing a lot on the court. Maybe he was doing too much. Maybe that's partly why they didn't win championships with him. But
Hmm.
he was getting the job done on the court. You could have even said Damian Lillard. He's worn 0. You could have had him as an honorable mention. Um, another person who wore this number and probably had the most guns in the locker room, Gilbert Arenas.
Hibachi Gill. Hibachi Gill.
Ooh, man, it's been
That was
fun,
a
Mike.
hell of a. This was a hell of a series, man. This was really humbling. This is one of the things probably since I've been doing podcasts. It's probably my favorite thing that I've done.
It is, and like I said on the previous shows, it was the research that went into it that was the most fun because it brought back nostalgia.
Yep. And you had a bunch of people, man, that was commenting and messaging, and they was like, "Well, who did you get for certain numbers?" And if this ain't your favorite player for this number, how people are. But man, it was dope. It was
Oh,
really dope. This won't be the last time that we do one of these.
so the clips and the reels where it focuses on a short portion of what we've done on the episodes have been getting a lot of feedback. People have chimed in on social media on their thoughts, and
Hmm.
it's really garnered good feedback. Um, Next week we'll get back to talking about current events in sports.
Yeah,
We've got a
we're
few
gonna
things
have
coming down the pipeline. We've got a surprise for y'all next week. We we have a big one. I'm gonna say we have an announcement to make. And we'll
yep.
also have a special guest on the show. But other than that, we're not going to tell you who it is or what it is. We're going to keep it under wraps until next week. So you got to tune in to find out.
I tune in to find out, and you got to figure out if I'm gonna boo him or if I'm gonna give him the applause button. So that's another thing that you got to figure out. But this was fun. As far as next week goes, man, you got March Madness actually is going on now. Women's and men's. Their conference tournaments is going on. Uh, March Madness will be coming up soon. I'm upset. Caleb Wilson, the forward for the Tar Heels, he's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he
We
messed
wasn't
around
gonna
and broke
win.
his other thumb.
Yeah, we wasn't gonna win no damn way, but it would have been nice to see how far we could have got.
I mean,
We're done.
they're playing as more of a team now and not focusing on him. So um, we'll see. They might surprise some people.
Yeah. Any team to watch for March Madness. I throw this out there because I know we've been on over an hour. This March Madness, the number one, it's probably the least amount of difference between the ones and the twos that you've seen in a while. I think all top one seeds and two seeds, all eight of them can win it all. And depending on who they put on that three line, this is going to be one of the deepest NBA drafts that we've had in a while. You got a bunch of star power. You got a bunch of good teams. There's really no best team in college basketball.
The
Now,
the
people will say Duke, but
Duke's gonna be right there towards the end.
they're going to be right
If they're
there.
not at the end, they're gonna be right there close to it. Um, Now don't chastise me for saying this because depending on who is listening, I'm gonna get talked bad to, or their light gonna click on. They be like, you know what, you might be right. The team to watch in March Madness will be Kansas,
Yeah.
and I
If
say that
Peterson,
because it depends on which Kansas team you get. If you get Darren Peterson all the way bought in, not coming
yeah,
out of the game completely healthy,
they're going to be tough.
that game is dangerous because they've learned to play without him, but with him when he is on, they hard to beat.
They're
Uh,
hard to beat.
Michigan, Miami, Ohio is not getting the respect they deserve. As a matter of fact, we'll be going over a lot of this on next week's show.
Yep. Arizona.
Yeah. Next week's show, we'll go over this. We'll hit on some baseball. We'll hit on NFL free agency, NFL combine, NFL draft. We'll hit on a few subjects next week.
Yep. There's a lot of rumors going around. We're going to wait and see about some of these rumors that's going around. We got just a couple. Michael Pittman supposedly going to Pittsburgh. We'll see.
Between now and the next show, there's
It
going to be a
should.
lot of news that comes
Yep.
out. So we are probably going to have a lot to talk about. It might be a 2-hour show next week.
Yep. And we got, like we said, a surprise. We got a guest. And it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. The World Baseball Classic is going on. I think the USA they either about to play or they are playing. I think it started
Um,
this too.
yeah, it should be coming on shortly.
Yeah, so we'll see, man. You can take us on out.
All right, folks, as usual, we love y'all. We're nothing without y'all, and we'll see y'all next week.
Gone, made it, gone, made it, gone, made it, gone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Magic bets in the cut.